Hi, I'm Mike McCormick at the GBTA studio, and I'm here live with John Wagner from Customs and Border Protection. John, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate your time,
Great.
and certainly your partnership with GBTA and with the industry. And along those lines, not coincidentally, here in Boston, there's a pilot program going with JetBlue that I think you're here to talk about, right?
Yeah, really enthusiastic about what we've been piloting with JetBlue here. It's really part of our bigger biometric exit infrastructure that we want to build it out. We've got the mandate to collect biometrics from visitors departing the United States. And it took us to conversations with stakeholders, the airlines and airport authorities, about how do we link in our requirements into their own automation and modernization plans. And I think what you see with the JetBlue pilot is we're automating the boarding pass using facial recognition, but at the same time meeting the government biometric exit requirements in a really cool, seamless process for the traveler.
That's great. And so you're really taking this end-to-end approach, right? And including stakeholders, but really the passenger or the traveler themselves.
Right. When we thought about this whole biometric exit mandate, we did not want to layer on yet another stovepiped process independent of everything else, and one more requirement for a traveler to go through. But could we use it to automate and build a more consistent, efficient environment, curb to gate, using that biometric exit platform to do it? And we think we can provide that. We got a lot of work to do still, but we think that's the right approach to take.
And the goals are, more efficient, better use of resource, save time. And what does it do for the security element, though? Better?
Yeah, it improves the security, right? Gives people confidence they're going to be safe when they fly. But it's done in a way that drives the efficiency, right? Drives the better facilitative experience. But what it does, it confirms the data that we're using biographically on people from the airline manifest. And it confirms that by adding the biometric to it. So the people we've done all the background checks on and all the law enforcement inquiries are the people we expect it to be.
Right.
And we can link that up to the arrivals data better to track the people that overstay their visas.
Yeah, and with help, it would also help even in just small ways in terms of airport staff, airline staff, all of them, right? Because it takes another part of the burden off of them in terms of their jobs.
Correct. It's taking a transaction that's manually done today. People are stopping, presenting their passport, presenting their photograph ID to conduct some type of transaction. All we're doing is automating that using a mathematical algorithm to give us the decision if it matches the person on that document, rather than a person manually doing it for them.
Okay. And so, a big phrase that gets used in different capacities is talking about public-private partnerships and how they might work. So talk about that in the context of everything you're working on.
So we want to build out the exit platform in a way that can be supported by a public-private partnership, where we're going to build out this capability for the purposes of biometric exit. But we want it to be flexible enough that should an airline or an airport's modernization plans fit into that, we want to be able to plug it in and create one seamless process for the traveler. So we think at the end of the day, that's a better approach than, again, having these multiple independent stovepipes of processes going forward. So we want to build an ecosystem, an environment that can plug all those things in and provide that. And we think we can provide the backbone through that.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, and again, with the theme of convergence and everything that we've seen happening on just the travel planning and the travel aspect of it, this is really in parallel with that, which is terrific. I think it's great news for travelers and certainly for the industry. So with that, John, thank you for coming by.
Great, thank you.
Again, really appreciate your efforts and the way you champion all this, again, within CBP, but also within the industry. It's great to have you.
Great, thanks for having me.
All right, great.
Thanks.
I'm Mike McCormick, live from GBTA Studio.